Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to go over the different methods of slating. All right. Now, when I first started, I didn't even know there were different methods of slating. I thought there was just the 1A, 1B, one Charlie. I didn't know there was a different way because I've only ever used the American version. But there's actually three different versions. There's the American version, there is the French version, and there is the UK British version. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do each one of those versions. Now, the method I'm going to be using to show you how to do this is going to be with the Scripty program. Now, if you don't use the Scripty program, that's okay, or any program, say you're just using pencil and paper, that's okay, because it's going to be very clear to you on how to do each one of these systems. All right. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are in my iPad, and we're going to be working with, again, with the Scripty program. Here's a script that I just downloaded, and it's brand new. Here, so if you go to production here, we don't have any days started. So we're going to start a new day. And again, if you don't use a program, that's okay. I'm just using this so that you can understand, how the slating system works. Okay, I'm just going to put in a new day. I'm just putting start shooting. Okay, now say we were working with scene 4. All right, I'm going to change that slate to scene 4, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to enter, and now I'm going to add the scene 4 here on the slate. Now this is going to be using the American version, all right, of the slating. So let's going to add a camera. We'll add a couple of cameras there, and I'm not going to put all the details in there. This is really just for showing you the different slating methods. All right, so say we started with two cameras. We're going to come up here, and we're just gonna do a handheld long shot. We won't put all the details in. Say this one's another handheld, I don't know, full shot. Okay, let's change that to full. So there's a little difference there. Okay, so now we're lined our script and we're getting ready to do a take. So let's do a take. And now we're going to cut it and say we circle that. And I'm going to say done. Okay, we're going to click off of that. And say we do 2 takes. All right, so there we do another take. We stop and we circle it and we're done. All right, so if we go over here to production, we're going to see that my slates show it's scene 4 and we've got 1 take, 2 takes, correct? Okay, so now let's go back to our slating. And again, this is the American version. Now say we're going to do a new slate. We're going to go, and it automatically goes to Apple. All right, so, and we're going to enter. So now it clears it out. And we're going to add 2 more cameras. Whoops, not a scene number. We're going to add a camera, 2 more cameras. And let's draw our line. We're going to draw our line, and we're going to go, say it's a dolly shot. And again, I'm not putting in all the information. I'm just putting in some shots here so that it's not totally blank. And we'll say we do another dolly shot, and we're going to do, say, a medium shot here. Okay, so there we've pretty much kind of, set our shots up. All right, so we're going to do a take, and say we cut it, and we're going to circle that. Done, and say we're going to do 2 takes, circle that. Okay, so now let's look down here in the production how that looks. Okay, so our first shot was scene 4, takes 1 and 2, and then we went to our next setup, which was scene for Apple, and we had 2 takes there. Okay, so that's the American version of slating. So it's basically the scene number, and then the subsequent shots after that are labeled Apple, Baker, Charlie. All right, so okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate the French version. All right, now the French version uses a scene, shot, take a method or recipe, whatever you want to call it. So say we're going to be working with scene 4 again. All right, so in the Scripty program, if you come up here to configure, oops, let's see here. If you come up here to configure, you'll see right here you have the slating methods. Okay, so the first slating method is going to be the American version, which is the slating method we just showed you, one apple, 1 baker. The next one I'm going to show you is going to be the French version, okay, and that's the 1/1, 1/2, and so on. Okay, so we're gonna on the Scripty version, this is how you switch it over. Okay, so here we're going to start with again our scene that I downloaded, and we're going to start with a new day again. So we start, and I'm just going to put in there 7 a.m. and we're going to start shooting. And if you notice, it automatically, just like in the American version, it automatically starts with scene 1. Or if you already did scene 1 the previous day, it's going to bring up scene 2, which is the next one up. So in this situation, what we want to do is we want to, again, because we're going from scene, shot, take, so the first number there is going to be the scene number. So we're gonna change that scene number from the first number to a 4. Okay, so let's get rid of that 1, and we're going to put a 4 there. And so now we're going to add the scene, which is scene 4. Okay, and like we did before, I'm going to I'm just going to do 2 takes or 2 excuse me, 2 cameras. I'm just going to put some make-believe lines here, and then we're going to give it a couple more shots. Say we're going to do the same ones. We're going to do a dolly shot, and this one's going to be a full shot. We're going to say yes. Of course, I'm not putting all the information in there. I'm just using this as an example. So here's another shot, a dolly. Say it's a wide. Okay, so there's our shot set up. So now we're going to do a take. So we're going to do take 1. And so we ran for a while, we cut it, and we circled it. Let's get out of there. And then we're going to do take 2, cut, and then we're going to circle it. Okay, so let's go to production and see what that looks like now. Okay, so now you have, again, we have the scene number, the shot number, and then the take number. So here we have scene 4, shot 1, take 1. Scene 4, shot 1, take 2, or take 2 down here. All right, so now let's go back to our setup and say we're going to do a new shot. So the new shot is going to be shot 2. They don't use apples and bakers. They use shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. Okay, so now we're going to enter to clean that up, and we're going to put a couple of cameras like we did before, and I'm going to give it a line there. And again, this is just we're make-believe shots that we're putting together. See, say these shots are handheld. One is a wide shot, and then the other one is another handheld. Say this one's a full shot. Okay. Okay, so let's do a take. We're going to do a take 1. Let it run for a couple seconds. We're going to cut it. We're going to circle it, and done. And let's do 2 takes. Another take, cut, circle it, and done. So now let's see what that looks like. Let's go back to our production. So here we have, for scene 4, we have scene 4, shot 1, take 1. Shot 4, take 1, take 2. Now here's shot 4, take, scene 4, shot 2, take 1 and 2. Okay, so again, the one after the slash is taking place of the apples and bakers. All right. Okay, so let's see what it looks like to do the UK or the British version. All right, now their version, they usually number their shots consecutively instead of their scene number. They don't put a scene number. They just, like, the first shot of the day is going to be scene 1 or shot 1. The next one's going to be 2, 3, and so on. And then they number their takes according to that. But then the scene number is actually put in the description. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so again, we're here in our Scripty program. And again, if you are using pencil and paper, that's okay. This is just showing you the different versions. So if we go into configure and you want, here's the slating methods. Okay, the last one is going to be the UK or the British version. So you want to make sure that that is clicked. All right, so let's go done. And we're going to start with a new script that I just downloaded. All right, so let's go to production and it's clear. So let's add a shoot day. And we're going to, again, start with 7 a.m. Okay, and let's start shooting. Okay, so if you notice, the first thing, it's going to look very similar to like the American version in Scripty, because it always starts with number 1. Okay, so if you start a new shoot day in the American version, it's going to start with 1. In the British version, you're also going to start with number 1, unless it's a second day, because the second day it's going to just continue from the shots that you were before, and I'll show you what that I mean by that in just a second. Okay, but say we're working with scene 4 again. All right, so we're going to go enter, and we're going to add scene 4. Now notice I did not change the slate up here, because the British version just goes consecutive 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'll show you how it looks in the notes. Okay, so here we're going to say, oh, did I add my cameras? I don't think I did. Okay, so let's go A1. I'm just going to add those in real quick, because otherwise it's going to look blank. And I'm going to put a roll number in there. Okay. So let's just, again, like I did before, I'm going to add a couple of cameras here, basic shots. Again, this is just to show you the numbering system. So if we go to, say, a dolly full shot and a dolly medium shot, and we've got to draw our lines because otherwise it'll look really weird. Okay, so now we're set up. Now let's go to a take. We're going to go to a take, and we'll let it run, cut, and we circle, and done. Let me get rid of that. It always gives you your first shot of the day. And then I'm going to do another take, cut, circle it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what that looks like in our slates. Okay, so again, even though it's scene 4, it's going to be numbered as shot 1. Okay, and let me show you over here in the reports what it's going to look like on your log. If you click over here to your facing page, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so here we have, it's slate number 1, but it automatically puts in the facing page what scene number it is. Okay, so that is the method of the British method. The scene number is put in the description. It's not put as the slate. Okay, so let's get out of here and let's go back to our last shot, and let's do another shot. Okay, so that was the first shot of the day. We're going to do the next one. It's going to be considered shot 2. Let me enter that. And we're still on scene 4, right? Okay, so we're going to add a couple of cameras there, and let's line our script, because Scripty doesn't like it when you don't line your script. And then we're going to call this, I don't remember if the other one was a dolly or not. So let's just do dolly, medium shot, and this one's a dolly, close up. Okay. I know that probably doesn't make sense, those shots, but anyway, I'm just putting some descriptions in there. Okay, so let's do a take, and then we're going to cut it, and we're going to circle, done. We're going to do another take. We're going to cut it, circle, we're done. Now let's see what that looks like. Over here in our production, if you notice, the first shot we did was shot 1. And our next shot of the day is going to be shot 2. All right, so let's look at what that looks like on the reports. Let's go to our reports and see what that looks like, which is in when you're doing pencil and paper, this is how you would do it for your daily log. You would put the slate number is 1, 2, and here it's showing it's from scene 4. Okay, so this is that's how how they do their slating. They put the scene number in the description, and the slate is actually consecutive throughout the day. So let's see. Say we finish the day. Okay, so camera wrap. Say we wrapped it. Say we had a short day today, so let's go to 8 a.m. Enter. Okay. And okay, so let's close this out for a second. Are you sure you want to? Yes. Okay, we're going to start a new shoot day. Okay, so again, we're going to start with 7 a.m. and we're going to start shooting. Now, if you notice up here, it automatically goes to shot or slate 3, because yesterday we shot 2 slates, right? Well, you're going to obviously shoot a lot more. You may end up on, I don't know, slate 29 or something. The next day, you're going to start with that next slate number, which in our case, it's 3 because we shot 1 and 2 on that first day. And the second day, it automatically goes to the next one, which is slate 3. Okay, so say today we're working with, shot 6. Okay, and we're going to put our 2 cameras in there, and we're going to put our lines. And let's see. So now let's call this let's call this a crane shot, crane full. And we'll just call this another crane. Well, we wouldn't be 2 cranes, but say this one's a handheld, and say that's a full shot. Okay, so there's our shots. So let's do a take. We're going to cut it. We're going to circle it. See what that goes, and then we're going to do another take. So we'll just do 2 takes here, circle it, and done. Okay, so if we go to our production and we go to day 2, we're going to see here that now it's the shots that are showing in day 2 starts with slate 3. Okay, and that's how it continues on. Let's go to our report and see what that shows. On our log for day 2, it's going to show our scene 6 is going to have a slate of slate 3. Okay, so just to recap what we just went over, the American version, you have the setups are denounced by a letter. So you would be, if the scene number is 4, Your next setup is going to be for apple, for baker, and so on. Then you have just your regular takes like 4, take 1, 4, take 2, for apple, take 1, for apple, take 2. The French version, you have your scene number, and then the setup number is depicted by a number. So if it's scene 4, you're going to say scene 4, setup 1, take 1, take 2, take 3. Scene 4, setup 2, take 1, take 2, take 3, and then so on. The UK version is numeric only. There are no letters, no slashes, no anything. So basically you have the first shot of the day is going to be scene shot 1, and then take 1, 2, 3. Shot 2 is going to be the next setup. 1, 2, 3. Shot 3 is going to be the next setup, and that's 1, 2, 3. You're going to put your scene number in the description. So when you have the British version, your scene number is going to go in the description, so it knows where, you know, that's what shot that is. And then on the second day, whatever you ended on the first day, you're going to start up on the next day. So if you ended on, say, scene 29 on, or shots 29 on day 1, you're going to start all over again the next day with scene shot 30, and then 31, 32, 33. So by the end of your show, you're going to have, you know, it's just all consecutive numbers, and your scene numbers are going to be in your description. Okay. Okay, so those are the 3 versions that you would probably be coming across when slating as a script supervisor. So you have your American version, you have your French version, and then you have your UK version. Now, of all those 3, the UK version is the only one that will put the scene number in the description as opposed to in the actual slate itself. All right, so just remember that when you're doing your slating. Okay, so that's it. I hope this helped you in figuring out what the different versions are. And if you have any questions on them, leave in the comments and I will try and help you out as much as possible. Like I said, I use the American version, and this is how it was explained to me on the French and the UK version, because I've never used those versions before. But that's and at least you know now where to find it on your Scripty program. And if you're doing pencil and paper, you know how to do that type of slating on your notes. All right. Okay, so that's it for now. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. It's the only way I really know if you really like my videos. And leave me a comment if you have any questions on anything I've covered today. Okay? All right, that's it. Talk to you later.